Today we're going to go over the Sirui 35mm T14 for the full frame systems. This already, just starting it out, is incredible because me being one of those people who like to use a ton of different cameras is going to want something like this. And I don't know why lens manufacturers haven't done this in the past, because it is so easy to go from one system to the other. I'm shooting on a Nikon Z right now, and here I have the A7 IV, and I can use this on both of them, and that's absolutely incredible to me. I don't know if that's something that you would use, but for me, very, very easy to just have that in your bag. And I don't know why lens manufacturers don't do that. I mean, it has to save them money, and also you can ship out the exact same lens to everyone because they're all interchangeable. I think it's absolutely incredible, not only because it is interchangeable with Z mount, E mount, RF mount, and L mount, it's also very, very well built. As you can tell, we have like a really nice gunmetal look to this, which would look great on the FX6, FX3, FX30. All of those cameras, I've actually seen this exact lens of mine used on a friend's FX6, and it looked fantastic. Now you can get this in black if you would like to, and honestly I probably would have went black, but you know, I will take gunmetal as well. It does kind of stand out a little bit, and I kind of like to stand out just a little bit, so that was really nice. One of the very first things that you'll notice whenever you actually try one of these lenses out is that the minimal focus and distance is surprisingly very short. It is about 0.3 meters, which is around 11 inches. You can get so close to something and it just really adds an artistic, stylized look to your footage. And having something at T14 that is very, very sharp is really nice to have that minimal focus and distance. And speaking of sharpness, corner to corner sharpness is great. You do vignette wide open. It's not the worst in the world, but it is there. You can definitely tell whenever I move around that it does kind of get a little darker here in the corners. So once you get past T2, it definitely knocks that down quite a bit. I want to thank everybody so much for subscribing to my channel. I finally hit 10,000 plus, and it's so exciting. Thank you so much. I hope this video is something that you're interested in, and if it is, make sure you subscribe because it definitely helps the channel out. Thank you so much. This has a 270-degree focus throw, which is fantastic because you can really dial in your focus, and it's just great to have that on a Cine lens like this. I've loved using that because I can definitely nail focus every time, and having a monitor like this on top helps a lot. I'm using the Viltrox DC550. I wanted to keep it kind of small for this setup, and it looks great. So yeah. The VP-1 series actually has a 24, 35, and a 50mm. They're all T1, and they all have the exact same gear ratio, which is very helpful if you're throwing them on and taking them off, so you don't have to really change your follow focus. That is something that's very important to a lot of people. They all have the same filter thread as well. These are all things to be expected, but I think that you should know that before you look into these. And like I said, you can buy all three of these if you want to, and you don't have to worry about any of the gear ratios being different. They all fit exactly the same. Another thing that I like about this is that it doesn't weigh very much. 600 grams is pretty light whenever it comes to a lens like this. There's a lot of glass in here, and the performance of this glass is fantastic. So having something that's light, premium build, and also great image quality for less than $700 is pretty amazing, especially in today's world. It's crazy to me that Sirui is coming up and doing so much better than they have been, and it takes time for all these things to happen. Sirui started out with a lot of cheaper lenses that didn't do the best, and as they produce more and more, the R&D comes through and does a fantastic job with things like this. This has got to be their best manual focus lens that they've come out with, in my opinion, or at least the one I've used, and I've used quite a lot. So having this lens has just been magic. I've shot some portraits on it, not a lot. I've definitely been diving into the video a bit more with this, obviously for this review, and just kind of lifestyle stuff that I've been doing with my life since we just had a baby. I definitely got a lot of videos with her on here. We actually named her Sirui after this lens. I'm just kidding, that is not true. But here's some videos of her and kind of the things that we've been doing with our life. So Sirui decided to make the image circle big enough here, so if you do have a camera that's full frame and it shoots open gate, you don't have to worry about heavy vignetting in the corners like you would if you put, let's say, an APS-C lens on a full frame camera. That's not a problem with this lens at all, and that's very nice of them to do. 35mm has 12 aperture blades, 14 elements and 11 groups, and that's really nice to make a really nice bokeh in the background. Everything just falls off, and what they're doing is incredible. The lack of focus breathing on this lens it's so professional. Yeah, I really don't know how they're not charging more for these things. I'm assuming the further that they go, the more their things are going to cost, because they are doing so well as a company with creating really freaking good lenses. I would definitely snag one of these if you're looking for something and you're starting out. You don't want to spend a bunch of money, or if you're somebody that does have all the cool lenses, but you want something with a little bit of character, because this thing has some of the best lens flares that I've seen on a Cine lens, and they're just great. They remind me so much of a Voigtlander or the older Summilux lenses. It's very nice. I'll show you some here. I just love lens flares. If you've watched my videos before, you know I can go on and on about them. But just having that is great. The fall off is fantastic as well. I just don't know how they're doing it, to be honest with you. Overall, I've just enjoyed this lens. It's been on my camera, mostly the Z8. For the majority, and most of these things are shot on the Z8. I just wanted to put it on the A7 IV so you could kind of just see what it looked like on here, how it fit, and as you can see, it's so small, but I mean, a 35-1.4 at this size is incredible. I've been shooting it wide open for a lot of these things because I feel like a lot of people ask that. Let me see what it looks like shot wide open. So to appease the audience here, I try to do those things for you. Not all of them, but most of them are shot wide open. So overall, for a $650 lens that can just kill everything out there, I think that it is fantastic. You can also get the 3-lens set for $1,900 if that's something that you're looking into. If I were doing wedding videography or trying to get into it, or doing some kind of commercial videography such as music videos, this is what I would be going for. You can buy 3 of these for what you could buy a body, which is absolutely insane. Quality. They killed it with this lens. I mean, some of their older lenses, they weren't that great, but this is just superb. So I'm very grateful that they were nice enough to send me this lens to try. They haven't seen this video. They don't know I made this video. I didn't have to make this video. I chose to make this video. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And make sure you hop over and follow me on Instagram to kind of catch up with my work and see what I'm doing over there if you're interested in the things that you see here. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace. Yeah. That's crazy. It does look great, man. That's what I love about the Sirui.